love being underwater. The minute you go diving, the fish are right in your face. The interaction with that marine life is unlike anything I'd ever experienced. You're close up and personal with all the animals, all the fish, the lobster, the crustaceans. The Keys in general, the ocean, the coral reef, the marine life, used to be the best anywhere. The thriving coral reef is incredibly biodiverse. Multiple species of coral, multiple species of fish, invertebrates, all living happily together. It's kind of buzzing when you get down there. There's just so much activity. I can tell you what a dying and struggling reef looks like easily because it's what I see most of the time now. Due to the water quality issues, rising temperature, acidification attracts algae. And then in 2014, there was something we called stony coral tissue loss disease. It is incredibly virulent. Once you lose the coral, there's nothing there. It's a literal underwater desert. Good morning. You ready for the afternoon?
Yeah, you got 14.
Cool. Let me go get the tanks off the whip and we'll get them out to the boat. When I got out of university, I started working in the financial services industry. I was chasing money the whole time. It just wasn't true to my core. So in 2004, we moved to Isla Mirada here in the Florida Keys and opened up a dive shop. We've lost so much coral since I moved here 20 years ago. It truly is a pretty devastating number. What I saw here was so sad that I just wasn't sure how to solve the problem. I'm just one guy who's watched all of this loss, but then he says, you know what, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna try something. It's not in me to walk away. It wasn't in me to just leave it to someone else to do. Our organization, I.CARE, focuses on the rebuilding of the coral reefs here in the Florida Keys.
You can see over on the side here, all that's new growth. They like to grow.
Dr. Smith, my co-founder, is a brilliant scientist. Without her, none of this happens.
It's amazing how fast this coral is growing.
Our goal is to make our reef self-sustaining, and that requires putting down resilient coral. So what we do is we'll take multiples of that small piece of coral, put them close together on a dead coral head. They fuse, and once they've fused, they're now large enough to spawn in 5 to 7 years. So we are speeding up that process. The coral reefs absolutely need human intervention to help. There is no way that this reef is going to bounce back all on its own. I knew the only way that I could make it work is through the power of the recreational dive community. I'm not a scientist, but what I can do is tell the world of divers that are out there, let's band together. Any certified diver with recent dive skill is able to come out with us and plant coral.
If you guys didn't know, a coral is indeed an animal.
A new diver to I.CARE will start the day with a coral workshop. They will learn why we're doing what we're doing. They'll learn the history of the reef, coral morphology, and the science behind the corals. They will have a hands-on workshop where they actually put coral in their hands that was once living, learn how to attach it.
That looks great. Welcome to Moat's Nursery.
And they get a tour of the coral nursery here on shore.
Here is some fancy elkhorn, so critically endangered, right?
What a beautiful thing. Oh my God. And they get to go out and plant coral.
All right, I.CARE, are we ready? Yeah. All right, let's go down.
We're creating citizen scientists, and this isn't difficult. We glue it on the old dead coral head. If we are working with a branching coral like staghorn coral, we will take that stalk, hammer in a nail, and secure it to that nail. That doesn't take a science background to be able to do that.
I traveled out here with my dad, And, well, if we're gonna be scuba diving, we might as well do something and give back to the ocean. And I feel like this is a really good way to do it.
We have these guys.
I'm 16 years old, and it makes me sad that all of this could be wasted in like a life's time. And since I'm pretty young, I want to make sure that I'm here to help, and I'm here to help restore the coral.
What I believed would work was, and is, the recreational dive community coming down and helping us rebuild the reef. And I truly believe at their core, the vast majority of them want to be a part of this. We are empowering divers. The follow-up to that, of course, is all of the monitoring that we do. That's what the I.CARE team is doing behind the scenes just about every day.
They are doing very well.
We monitor every coral that we put down, all the while during the interim doing maintenance.
These corals are 18 months old, and they look beautiful.
We have now put down over 10,000 corals. I truly believe we're going to be successful with this restoration work. I see things every time I go in the water that give me hope.
100% of them are thriving. Those are some happy corals.
The great reward for me is to see the corals that we put down. That's the fruit of our labor. We're seeing it work. Anyone could have done this. And why isn't everyone taking up arms? It's simple. It's not complicated. I'm happy that I get to be part of something that, is maybe a solution. I wake up every day and say, look what I get to do.